Nicola Sturgeon stood in the way of a Brexit deal to push her desperate agenda to drag Scotland out of the UK, it has been claimed. Tory MP David Mundell claims Scottish First Minister Nicola Sturgeon, who continues to use Brexit to call for Scottish independence, deliberately defied Westminster over the EU withdrawal bill to create a bad impression of the UK government. It would mean she was able to push on with her case to rip Scotland from the Union, he said. The former Secretary of State for Scotland told the Herald Ms. Sturgeon wanted the Brexit law to be passed without consent by Westminster because it created impression of disrespect of the Scottish government. He said the SNP leader rejected the deal on the table back in 2018, which put the UK on the brink of a major constitutional crisis because the outcome created a circumstance she wanted. The Scottish Parliament voted by 93 to 30 to withhold legislative consent for the EU withdrawal bill, the first time Holyrood has ever refused consent to a piece of Westminster legislation which was imposed anyway, without its consent, since 1991. Mr. Mundell said, "I think the Scottish Government wanted the EU Withdrawal Act to be passed without consent. That was the outcome they wanted. There was a deal on the table, they didn't accept that deal. The Welsh Government accepted a deal, and the Scottish Government took the deal back to the First Minister of Scotland and she rejected it. In my view, and I'm not pretending to be objective, that was a circumstance she wanted. She wanted to create an impression of disrespect of the Scottish Government. I think it would have been perfectly possible to have reached agreement, and at the start I thought we would be able to reach agreement, but by the end of the process I did not think we'd be able to reach agreement. We were only able to get that legislation through because we got agreement in the House of Lords where there was a recognition that the stance taken by the Scottish Government was an entirely political one. It wasn't based on reason, having debated the minutiae of that for hours." But SNP MP George Adam hit back, insisting the Brexit law was a «blatant power grab» by Westminster. He added, "A Scottish Tory accusing anyone of disrespect is an absolute belter."